Hey there guys, Misty here. Welcome to my 2018 Word of the Year reveal. For those of you who may be new or you haven't heard of this concept, for the past 4 years I've picked a focus word for the year rather than setting resolutions. I just believe that you should just say no to New Year's resolutions, because a lot of times we set New Year's resolutions, we're really good the month of January, and then they just fall off the wayside. So don't get me wrong, I am a huge believer in goal setting, and I will be setting goals. And I mentioned some of my weight loss related goals in Monday's video. But today I want to talk to you about my word. So the last few years, my first word was organization, and that's the year that I got us on our budget. And I will be filming an updated budget video and kind of showing you how I set up ours before and how I plan on setting up ours now, since I don't have consistent income. The next year, my word of the year was health. I think that's when I started this channel, and that didn't work out. That was the worst year ever. So next to worst year ever. So this last year, my word was consistency, and I felt like I was really consistent on my Jolly Fat Elf channel. I felt like I was really consistent with keto, and some of you may be going, no, you weren't. But I was. In the past, like I mentioned in Monday's video, I would go, 6-8 weeks, and then I would be like, I'm tired of worrying about what I'm eating, and I would start the cycle all over. And I've basically stuck with keto for the most part for 9 months, and that's huge. Pardon the pun. No pun intended. That's a huge deal for me. So I'm really excited about that. So for those of you who don't know, I felt like I spent 2017 in fear and worry, and that my word for the year should have been fear or worry. Starting October 2016, I went to bed one night and I woke up the next morning and something was wrong. And I knew it was wrong. I knew in the bottom of my heart it was wrong. I know my body. And it took almost all of 2017 to figure out a diagnosis. And there were some months where I literally thought I was going to die. The whole month of April, I thought I had ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. And that is not, there's no cure for that. That's not something you survive. That is a death sentence. And so I was just worried. The whole entire year, I was just eaten up with worry and stress, and what my body was failing, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't get anybody to take me seriously. And it just took my doctor, who I love, a good neurologist who I talked to over the telephone, to get me on the right path. So I've spent the last probably 4 months. I finally had a diagnosis in July. So probably the last 4 months grieving. Grieving because I had to leave my job that I loved. I basically medically retired at 39. Grieving because I had lost my mobility and my ability to go and do things. I mean, I may be fat, but I've always been active. I've always done something. I like to keep busy. I have my lazy days. I'm a Taurus. Come on now. But for the most part, I would go in the kids' rooms and play with them, or go hold a baby, or go hang out on campus, or go grocery shopping. Like, I haven't really done that in almost like 6 or 8 months. And, Rob, this is my 40th year. Rob and I had planned to go to Disney World, this fall, so I could celebrate my 40th birthday and see Disneyland or Disney World during Christmas, which has been one of my dreams. I know, it's crazy, I'm 40. But, so it's just been really, really hard. I've just really grieved, kind of myself, like my present self, grieved my future self, and I've just been stuck in the past, what I could do, what I was doing, what I did. And my therapist and I have been really working on this. He's like, you can't go forward when you're looking through the rearview mirror. And so Initially, I was going to just have one word for 2018, and it was going to be gratitude, because I feel like one of the things I lost when I was going through that, and I think a lot of people do this, is you lose perspective, and you lose that, hey, I woke up this morning, I need to be grateful that I took a breath this morning and I'm alive, or grateful for what I have and the blessings that I do have, and stop focusing on what I don't have. And I picked it. I was like, yes, this is my word. I'm ready to go. And then 4 days ago, my heart said, no, this is not the word. And so I really, revitalize was in my brain, just kind of rebirth, phoenix, all these words about being reborn or rejuvenated, those kinds of things. And they just didn't feel right. They just didn't feel right. So this is the first year that I've separated a word. And I have a word for kind of my business and my social media life. And then I have a word for my personal life. So my word for my professional life is growth, and I will try to link that video down below. You can check out my other channel, The Jolly Fat Elf. And my word for 2018, my personal word, is onward. And I really have to let go of the past. And that's like, oh crap, don't cry, didn't put on waterproof mascara. This is the first time I've worn makeup in months. I think the last time you guys saw me with an update when I wore makeup, that was the last time I put makeup on. But I have to let go of the past. I have to stop living in the past. I have to let go of the hurt, that I went through at the hands of my mom and my dad and family. I have to let go of what was. I have to let go of fear. I have to let go of anxiety. I have to just stop focusing on what was in the past, and I really have to focus on the future. Oh, actually I need to focus on the present, and then the future. I need to work on moving forward. And like I said, my therapist is like, you can't go forward when you're looking in the rearview mirror. So I think it may be difficult, but it's definitely something that I feel like is a necessity. I have to get out of the thought process about, worrying about what I was able to do even back in March, how I was eating, I was doing so well, and blah, 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 blah. So I just have to let that all go. I mean, there's really no other path for 2018. It's just to let it all go. And I know once I do let it all go, that a weight will be lifted off my shoulders, and I will be able to move forward and onward and just enjoy my life as it is right now. So, and part of moving onward is also accepting the reality that is, and that is that I have 2 disorders or diseases that are hereditary, which is a silver lining that you probably think is crazy, but they're treatable. Both of them are treatable. Now, the OPLL, I got to get down to around 200 before anybody will be willing to operate on me, and that's why 200 is such a goal. But the myasthenia, it's the mycophenolate, the immune suppression therapy, is helping. I can tell that it's helping. And the mestatin, although it it gives me all sorts of tummy issues, it helps. I feel like I can do at least half of what I used to be able to do. So I'm at least at 50%. So I'm grateful for that. But I'm looking into a walker, and I'm looking in, my doctor gave me a prescription for a handicap placard. I have to let go from pride. I have to move on from pride and just embrace things that will help me get my mobility back, or help me, help Rob, or, so we can go to the movies, or I can go to Walmart, or we can go to Target, or, you know, all these things that I haven't been able to do because I am terrified of falling, or my legs, the muscles in my legs just aren't strong enough to do it. So yeah, so if you set New Year's resolutions, I say go for it. But if you don't and you feel like a focus word is good for you, then consider it. Like I said, mine is onward. If you've chosen one, let me know down in the comments what you've chosen. Like I said, you know, I did organization the first year. That was an overarching theme. I organized our finances and got us on a budget. I organized my craft room. I organized my office at work. We organized the house. So again, it's more of a broad focus, and then you can each month, you know, choose you know, a goal or a main focus, and that way it's not like, you know, these hard and fast resolutions that if you don't accomplish within the first 4 or 5 weeks that you're going to give up on. So I'm just some fat girl on the internet. So just some fat girl on the internet trying to offer you some alternatives. So yeah. So my main goal for the At Home with Misty channel is to be more consistent, and like I said in the last video, to kind of get away from just retreating when things are not going well. You guys are a great support system for me, and you know, both of my doctors, my therapist knows, my doctor knows that I make YouTube videos. My doctor gets a kick out of it when I come back and I'm like, what about this? And he's like, where did you hear that? Like the ox bile. So many people have mentioned ox bile. And he's like, if you were having issues because of your lack of gallbladder, absolutely. He's like, but you're having issues because of the medicine you're on. So no ox bile. And I was like, okay. And the whole zero carb thing, he's like, why do you want? I'm like, well, I've been reading about it on the internet. So yeah. So I just hope that you guys survive the holidays. I hope that you are ready for 2018. For those of you who are starting new journeys, you know, leave a comment down below if you've started a channel and we can help follow you along. I feel like we've built a really good community here. I think it could be better, and that's on me. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you're following me on Facebook if you want more real-time updates. And yeah, that's it. Happy 2018. Let's make 2018 our bish. It's my 40th year. It's going to be good. I'm going to move onward, and I'm going to leave fear and worry and regret, etc. in the past. So thank you guys so much for all your support. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.